putting a boundary up there. You're putting a boundary. You're putting a difference.
Right. But it's just.
Because all of it matters.
Okay,
you're
so
putting
great.
up a boundary.
So great.
Don't put up a boundary. All of it matters. Please, all of it matters.
It does matter, man.
All
But
matter.
not everybody even gets right now that there's a problem that disproportionately affects Black lives. And there are a number one. Can I give you one?
But poor people, Latino people, all people. There's lots of people who are suffering because of fucking power.
Yes.
The people in power are pushing and putting their fucking foot on our necks, yo. But let me tell you, let me explain something to you, okay? By saying one thing like that, you are making a racial boundary. Please do not make racial boundary.
With all due respect,
But then you are putting up a boundary.
Anytime.
That is putting up a boundary. That's saying there's a difference between a black, a white, a Latino.
Thank you, brother.
You're making a fucking statement that is putting up a boundary.
If you're leaning
And I just want to say this out of love,
I can actually help you
out of love and respect for all life.
I'll show you my
Please,
photograph of my
please, like,
page.
open your minds, open your
Hey,
hearts.
hey,
come down.
Do not.
Come down and listen
calm.
sometime.
I'm calm. But put up the boundaries because when you
come down here sometime and listen to what
I've been
the
teaching my
brothers
brother
and
Evan here.
sisters are saying
Please don't put up the
about
boundaries.
unity. All right.
Yeah, please don't
It's
put up the
not
boundaries.
about
Wait.
That's a misunderstanding.
Lives matter.
All right.
Can I ask you a question?
That is it's not about a boundary.
Is the boundary current that the black life isn't mattering? And that, wait a second, does it though?
Hey, Mike.
Do you actually feel that brown people, that yellow people, that
doesn't make those that like when you say
Like,
that,
you use
that
it like
you're putting
that.
boundaries. No, they're people.
they're people, so all humans matter?
Humans, yes, we
Okay.
are Earthlings. Yes.
Do you feel that the structure of your society, the
Systemically, we have a huge problem.
Okay.
Yes, people in power are
Okay.
fucking absurd. Yes,
So,
I agree. But I
do
believe
you
by saying
feel-
one thing, you put up boundaries.
do you
And
feel
it adds to the systemic issue of you're saying one thing, man. Like, when you say one thing, you're putting it in a box. And when you put it in a box, you're saying
do
there's
you
a difference.
feel that one color of skin in this system has a role of authority, control, and power more than
I
another
believe that the
skin
stupid
color?
fucking white man has big control in office. Yes.
Okay, so in a white space, bringing a color into the
It
whites.
does not. There is no color on this planet. We are humans on this planet.
I see
There are
red and
no
green
color.
behind you in the windows. Those are colors to me.
Yeah, but those are not humans.
No, but they're colors.
I got 5 fingers.
Yes.
You got
We
5
are all
fingers.
human. Can we use a different word? Can we use a different
We're
word?
humans.
All right, culturalism.
Human beings.
All right.
There's culture.
All right, so if we approach it from the term of culturalism, and you take away the sole definition of black in Black Lives Matter to go back to the culture of black.
Quit repressing.
Okay, so hold on. So let's say if we're talking about black culture, all right.
We're
not
live in the
just
Springs, by the way.
Because most people out here that I've spoke to would agree with the fact that we're genetically the same.
This guy
The
pulled
difference
over
is in our-
out of his car, left his lights on. I was static recording, and I had to go live because my static recorded ran out of battery space or memory space.
Blacks into a minority, which pushes the rest of the shit shovelers of our culture.
We have protesters.
Change the perception.
There are African American people here.
Black lives matter as being black colored skin lives matter to the culture of black people matters because what's happening to them is happening to all of. Does it make sense that way?
It affects me.
Right.
It affects me.
But if we change the definition for the way you interpret it, then Black Lives Matter makes sense that way, right?
Lives matter.
Right.
All lives matter. Like, everyone's culture matters. We all need to just be like, it doesn't matter. We are all human beings. We all live on this fucking earth. We all have our different cultures. And there should be no fucking difference in any fucking way between us. But I believe when you say something like that, it puts a boundary up.
What? Say something like what? What are the words that offend
Lives
you?
matter.
Do they not matter?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
But you're putting up a boundary.
No, I'm bringing them into a space where they don't matter.
The words mean a lot.
They do.
All lives matter. And if you're actually protesting what you're just saying,
okay, but check
then
this.
that is just putting up a boundary.
Don't think of it as a boundary. Think of it as a spearhead.
Humans, dude, we're not fucking black. We're not brown. We're not white. We are humans.
We're all humans.
Human lives
We are all
matter.
humans.
There's no black. There's no white. We are human.
Okay.
And by saying that, you are creating
Culture,
a
though.
racial boundary.
Culture. All right,
But
that's the
are you
different
not
thing. I'm
creating-
not talking about skin culture.
Right,
All right,
but-
I came from a culture that's heavily influenced by the color of my skin because my family was white.
I think by saying something like that, you are not adding to a boundary. You're making a wall.
No, there's a difference between a fence and a wall. Like everybody
What's
likes
the
to have.
difference between a black and a Latino? Like, why does a black?
It's not about being a fit. It's about defining one's own culture. Okay. So hold on, 13th Amendment. You're aware that allows slavery in the United States, right? Okay. So you're aware that we have 25% of the planet's incarcerated population, and you're probably aware that 40% of our entire incarcerated population is black.
So
right?
Why does not all lives matter?
Because
shouldn't that be that?
Because a
fucking
threat
voice?
to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And if we start seeing the threat to justice presented to the black man because of the leverage of the particular type of white men that are in power, which you just agreed, right?
Thing, yes,
It's
I
very
agree.
economic.
And it's an economic problem. It's a systemic thing. But I believe when you make a statement like that, you are creating a racial division, and there are no fucking races.
Did you feel the racial division? Did you feel it?
Humans.
Did you feel that racial division when you came here?
Everybody's proud of their culture.
There are no racial divisions. I think making statements like that are making a division.
Well, I value.
I feel 100%.
We have a definition issue more than we have a disagreement in any type of philosophy.
I agree.
We're just talking about the way we use the word.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm proud of you guys for being out here. I truly am. I love it. I really love it. I disagree with what the message needs to be. Is lives fucking matter.
So when are you coming out to join them in that message?
You know, I'll be out here with a sign and say all lives matter.
Okay.
Yo.
So let me.
I just hollered at some college kids.
Let me take
say
you into
fucking
one other
sign.
little
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Where are they? Where are those college kids with that sign?
They were down over here. They lived right next to me, and they had a sign up. I'm like, don't all lives matter? Like, what are you saying? Why are you creating a racial division? Like, do not create racial division. That's creating a racial division, and I think you guys are.
I think the division existed and it had to be named.
That's Trump. That's Trump. You fucking say something stupid like Black Lives Matter, that is a racial division, and I believe that's bullshit. Lives matter, all of it. We are all one people. We are all one. We are all one. We are all one. All lives matter, and I believe please do not put racial. Don't make racial barriers.
I can tell
there's
you right
no races.
now.
There's no race. We're there. Where are we going?
Where's
the finish
again,
line?
It's about culture, okay? Genetically, yes, we're the
Culture.
same.
Yeah, dude,
Right?
we're all
But
humans
we're
on
talking
this
about
fucking
culture.
earth, yeah.
And there, in the color of color of black
There's
people's
a
skin, though,
systemic
has
issue of the
been
people
viewed.
in power repressing the fucking people who are poor.
But it's
And
not
it's
just-
global, dude. It's global and it's
I'm with
systemic
you on
around the
board,
fucking
dude.
cultures of
I'm with you on
skin
that.
color and everything. But when you say something like that, you are putting boundaries on
Okay,
it.
let me
And I
give
want
you
the
some
boundaries
more.
to go down.
Let me give you some
there
more
are
information.
There are no color, there are no
Okay,
makes, dude. We are
can
all
I just
humans.
add a feather to your hat?
Five fingers, legs. I might get my leg blown off. I'm still a human being.
Yeah, but not everybody's experiences the same barriers to access or the same equity in our economy. You want to talk about an economic problem? Do you know what the proportion of actual marginal, racial, quote unquote, racial population to racial ownership in business and how many? It's huge. It's way disproportionate, and that's why the sign says Black Lives Matter, because it's talking about a certain disproportionate
So what
thing.
about Hispanics?
They need to be out here and saying Hispanic lives matter too, and Black Lives
That's what
matter.
I'm
they
saying,
do all
man.
matter,
Like,
but
that's-
when we
see,
when
now
we
you are
fix that
putting
problem,
racial boundaries.
No, man,
That's
it's
putting
culture.
a racial.
It's
You're
culture.
creating division. You're creating a division, and there's no division. You're all one. We are all
The
one.
division is in the way
Please
you're using the
don't
words.
divide it. Don't divide it. Don't divide it. We are all one. We are all one. Love, respect, please. Please
In
just think about
concept
that.
and in spirit, yes, we are, man, but we're not being treated the same. We're not being treated. It's not just
But
more.
this is the problem.
It's more than.
This is the problem, that you continue to put fucking boundaries on shit. And when we do that, that adds to the
Rooster,
systemic
Obi-Wan
issue.
Kenobi, good to have you
What
here.
say
I hear you,
is
man, but
one thing,
it's just not
then
seen
you are
as boundaries.
adding a
Me
you're
so
making
hungry.
a boundary. You are making a
Black
difference
Rhino,
between you and me. There's
Justin
no fucking
Roski,
difference.
fuck
There's no
please.
difference between
If
me
you could
or a
have, if you
Latino
could
or
have
an
heard the
African.
conversations that I've heard down
Jade,
here about how
Ashbury,
unity is important, you
understand.
know that it's
I
not
DM
about
people.
that.
Homie, I understand.
So glad you're all here.
Nothing at all.
We have a
Maybe ID,
Nothing at all.
nobody, giving love solidarity.
No. I'm here for love, brother. No, I'm here for love.
Alright, that's what
I'm saying there's no problem.
You been drinking?
I'm saying there's no problem.
You're not outside mine, are you? I'm gonna let you have fun.
We're all one, is what I'm saying. We are all one.
Right.
And what I was saying is that you're putting up a wall between humans. All lives matter. Like when you create racial division, you're putting up that boundary.
You know what one of my viewers says?
Everybody's lives matter.
You can't say that all lives matter till they stop black people.
Yeah.
The damn truth. Amen.
Did you hear me, sir?
I fucking fought for this country, man.
Did you hear me, sir? What they said?
Me too.
What my people live are saying is that you can't say that all lives matter till they stop killing black people.
I just believe it creates a racial boundary, and there should not be a racial boundary. Humans.
But it's a cultural reality.
This racial boundary that you're talking about, this racial boundary that you're talking about, is already there. So we gotta
Knock
continue.
that down.
Look, we gotta continue, not with it, but to break it down. And the way that we're doing that is the way that we have to do
About
that.
good life definitely
They
matters.
use certain people for a certain reason. I mean, so the police might kill black people, or kill anybody, whether it be whites, blacks, Hispanics, someone insane, some old, like, disability or not.
Isn't it all lives?
I mean, you have to protect that alone. Sure, this is what we're talking about. So,
Yes.
essentially, I understand what you're saying, but you're not. You're stuck on the word play.
I just believe that when you make a boundary, then you're creating that. You're adding to the systemic issue. You're making a difference between me and you.
Are we trying to break the boundary?
Yes, I get.
I
That's
was
what
just trying to
we were talking
explain
about
that, like, it's if you stop looking
We're on the
at
same page.
that word and that sign and
Right.
that saying as skin color,
Right.
and start seeing that it's number one a cultural thing that we're
Right.
talking about. There's a culture that looks a certain way,
Yeah, type of
but
power.
that
And the
right,
people
and
in
because
power.
of the way they're looked, but because of who they are to the people with power, it becomes a cultural identity. It's like you said, it's inescapable. You can't just make it go away. It's there, but the problem is things are disproportionately affecting this particular group in such a way and with such incredible regularity and violence right now that it's literally, if you want to talk like technically, there's a word in technology. There's a word in technology called the cutting edge, where black people are on the bleeding edge of social justice, man. And that's why I call it the spearhead,
for a long time.
because every social justice movement, in my opinion, belongs right behind that spearhead of Black Lives Matter.
If there's actually going to be like a good systemic change,
Where you from?
We also, I'm from Denver.
You live in Denver. You ever been in the hood? You ever gangbang, sell drugs?
I've been North Philly, Baltimore. Yeah.
So you've been
I've
to
been
the
around.
hood.
I've
You know
been
why
around.
the hood is like that?
I've been around a lot.
Okay, look, that's what we don't
My
want.
homies have been. I got lots of homies, and they've been like my tightest fucking friends.
Right,
And
that's
they
what we
suffer,
don't want.
and
We
they
don't
have to
want
fucking
the
do that
wickedness.
shit.
We don't want the hood stuff. I mean, we don't want the craziness, the
Well,
separation
we
between
don't
society.
need to
That's
fucking
the
have to
problem.
sell drugs instead of working at
But
McDonald's.
the government makes you do
Fuck
this.
that. And
That's
it's
what
the
we're
government.
talking
It's a
about.
man
That's
of
why we're
power.
fighting about
That's what I'm
everything. The
saying.
police killing
That's
us
what I'm
and all.
calling about. And like it's a fucking systemic issue, and it's about the fucking poor, the impoverished, the people who don't
It's
have
okay.
power. That don't
The
have
gamer
a voice.
3DS. He showed up. That's his vehicle behind us.
Everyone.
His lights are on. He pulled up to make this statement. I get it. We were static recording.
There's actually there's more than one group out here. that's a sign somebody's holding and everybody's in support of it that happens to be here.
I know
But
that
check
there's
the whole
race,
economic
man,
thing,
like,
dude.
there ain't no finish
That's why
line.
we actually came out here. We just left Doug Lamborn's house with a bullhorn and signs on his door that says, dude, you need to bail out the people, not the corporations.
That's corporations. Kick corporations out.
Okay?
That's
Like, you're
that's
already...
true words. Right?
It's
Black lives and funding.
already a
From tomorrow, you got recording, right?
Yo, I'm live.
Black lives and we want repetition. What is that repetition of? What is it?
Reparations.
Reparations. That's right. I did that purposely because I know y'all watching live. I had to have y'all something to laugh at. From tomorrow, don't forget that.
All right. Hey. Much love. Hey. Thank you.
No doubt, man. You already know.
I appreciate
That's how we rock. That's how we rock.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all-
Man.
that's about
I'm glad you came up and you're like, what you want?
Takes pressure off of police
Like, you
reform.
know,
Wow, because that's a good point.
And
I gotta ask you a question. How do you feel about police reform?
Oh, big time.
Because it's at the heart of what Black Lives Matter
I
means.
actually just had cops come over to my house because I was upset about that.
So do you know what?
And I was yelling,
Do you know what
and
the
they
police
came
department was
over to my
originally
house.
founded for?
Oh,
Slave
Property.
traders,
property and slavery.
property and slave trade.
Don't get me into the shit.
Okay.
Property and slave trade, man.
So if you want to say that Black Lives Matter, the root of the mentality behind policing
I believe it.
is not about all humans mattering.
I'm just saying
It's about no humans mattering.
Humans
It's about corporations and private property
The
being
domination,
king.
bullshit of people in power need to go.
You just gotta understand.
The truth.
If you want real reform and police reform is part of that, then you have to understand the mentality behind it, and you got to take guns out of so many situations where they don't need to be.
Take 10 planks of communism. That's what they're trying to do. Albert Pike and Infowars. I'm saying, if you ever heard of him, look that up on YouTube. Albert Pike Infowars. And it explains all of
You don't have the right name, but it's Alex Jones.
Albert Pike Infowars. I have the right name.
Alec Pike.
Albert Pike Infowars.
Albert Pike.
It was off of Infowars, which is Alex Jones. They fined him $100,000 because he told what really happened at Sandy Hook. That's what happened. And they didn't like him because he spoke the truth, that it was a funded organization, or quote unquote, a funded way to get people to do something. It was a fake. That's what it was. It was a fake. And they paid him. They sued him for it. Alex Jones. And he also came on about Albert Pike talking about what's going on right now. All the wars that you got going on. First, second, in, out, or third. You know, China. That's all what you say. Exactly what?
It's control.
It's all about that.
So do Iraqi lives matter?
Control the people. It's control the people, the power, control the people, and make that ball roll through the
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm asking.
Like, we don't want a government. We want to govern ourselves.
Thank you.
Dude, in the 1990s, I fucking sat there and I fucking beat the shit out of Nazis and skinheads on the streets in fucking Seattle, fucking constantly.
Okay.
Racist motherfuckers, dude. I was up there fucking beating their asses, dude. Fucking take your braces off, motherfuckers. And we were out there fucking whooping their ass. And like, we thought, I haven't seen that shit in a long time, and here they come out.
But
Creeping out of the fucking internet.
But if you were beating the ass out of the shit out of Nazis, then you were saying that Black Lives Matter. You were saying that Jewish lives matter.
All of it.
Okay.
Even their dumb Nazi lives matter. But I'll still whip them until they fucking get that fucking sense and do it. Whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna be a hater. Like, all lives matter. Like, whatever. Their life matters too. But they're just stupid.
Right, yo, there's a fine line. I
You know,
say
it's dumb.
there's like the fine line between like human and belief. Look, real people like us, we human. If you want to believe what you want to believe, that's what you want to believe.
Happy fuck the cops
We
day.
can fucking tell you no matter.
Go believe what you want to believe.
This
But
America.
when you start killing people,
Sorry, I can't help it.
yeah, right. When you start killing people because of like what they believe, or killing them because of what they look like,
Those motherfuckers
that's
were
a
out
serious
there.
problem.
Those motherfuckers were out there after everyone else. Those fucking the skinheads, the fucking boot boys, they were out on the streets after people like you, and coming after people like me, and fucking we wouldn't take that shit. And so fucking those assholes in Washington and Seattle, they got their asses kicked, man, by lots of motherfuckers, dude. Like, it was a war on the streets.
yeah, we're not trying to have that here in Colorado Springs.
Well, we don't.
We shutting that down.
I don't want no war. I want love.
There you go. So what are you doing?
Love, light, and respect, yo.
peace and love. And what we want.
Okay.
See, there's a big problem coming up in the future. We got a $19 trillion debt, which is projected actually $200 trillion debt, which the government said we're not getting out. We ain't coming out of. So they put the taxes, they put the rest of that on the middle class and the lower class people. So
What middle class?
there is none. That's what they're trying to get. So the point is, because of this $1 trillion debt that we got going on, our world is going to be destroyed. In Colorado Springs, we don't want that happening. So stimulus check is supposed to be the last one. If you don't get no businesses to be open, over time, what's going to happen? People going to hit the streets running and acting crazy because they need food, they need money and things like that.
How much food are you growing? I mean, I'm asking this question because I agree with you.
Right.
But where I live, I have food growing. I have eggplants, I have tomatoes, I have potatoes, I got lettuces, and it might not be enough, but I'm practicing.
I'm an army, so
Okay.
either you can stock up on food and water or ammunitions and guns, baby. You know what I'm saying? To get your food and water.
Dude,
I got my backup plan.
I gotta tell you where you need to be tomorrow.
That's what I want to do.
I
want to live off the land. I'm just done.
Yeah.
I got
listen.
my farm. I've dodged out. I got my land in the mountains, and I got my shit, whatever. But it's not about that, man. It's really about the unity, man. It's like taking these assholes down and they're trying to make this this class division. Like it's really more of a
It's
class
Pike Peaks
division
Auditors.
than anything else, man. Like
This guy.
I don't know. Like
These
it doesn't
people.
seem like there's
They're
skin
awesome.
problems no more, man.
I don't know about
That
this.
shit down in the 80s and 90s.
He just showed
man.
up.
Like,
But say their names, right? I mean, there's a message. Autumn, pleasure to meet you.
Have a good one. I'm about to bring a spark.
Hey, all right. I'm gonna cut this for a second, folks. I gotta put you on mute because I gotta deal with this. You can't leave. You gotta hear me.
Right.
So, folks, sorry I had to put a mute on things. So consider that, and
And that statue down there,
Hey, Palmer is not a bad
consider what that might look like.
you know the story behind that Porsche truck? Black people.
Anyway, folks, I'm gonna walk around. I want you to see Pikes Peak Auditors here. And Poverty Sucks. What's the name of your group again?
Actually, this is just a shirt.
I love it, but what's the
yeah.
group that you're with?
I organized an action today with People's Party, Movement for a People's Party.
Movement for a People's Party, Facebook,
Universal
YouTube, what?
Facebook. Yeah, actually, peoplesparty.org is the national website, but basically they're building I didn't sign up necessarily for party building. I signed up mostly to help with this action because of the stimulus focus, which, that was the whole point, is to get them to realize that, we need, recurring payments. This is the time for UBI, for Universal Basic Income. But I do dig their platform, and they just did get a dozen $100 million contributions from big donors to actually run a presidential primary in 2022 and a real contender in 2024. And they grew out of the Bernie movement. So,
Wow.
the man
Okay.
is with Bernie now, especially because he's still in the damn Democratic Party. But People's Party actually grew out Bernie movement.
Okay. I haven't heard of them yet, so I'll have to look them up.
Yeah, the founder Nick Brana was there. I want to say their media director, messaging director, one of the.
I wish I had known about your protest because I was in town and I would have gone and yelled at people at their house.
Next week we're gonna do it again. This was just practice, man. So next week go to Bitly. Okay, so bit.ly/July 11th action, and that will be updated with the July 18th action. We're gonna do this again, only we're really pushing out. We're gonna push letters to the editor. We're gonna get petitions and demands to our elected officials, including city council and House reps and senators.
And what happens if you have so many people here that you shut down traffic?
The world will freaking pay attention.
What if?
And we will get our reps down here. So this is a dual focus. We're gonna have a backdrop at City Hall that's more of people who don't want to go to somebody's door, but also disabled or whoever else wants to sit here and actually have a dialogue with officials or any other community members who want to show up about what do we do when this money runs out. It's unemployment's coming up, all this. So this shit's gonna hit the fan for sure, economically. So we want to have that backdrop, and then depending on the participation we get, we can go to multiple officials.
All right, well, folks, you heard it. bit.ly/July 11 action.
1-1 action.
All right.
And that will be updated for July 18th.
All right. And are you different groups that also?
I mean, I organized through. This is sort of a broad group of activists.
Yeah.
All in support of broader
it's
movement,
beautiful.
So.
All right. Well, folks, it's night 45 for this cowboy.
Live from City Hall.
And we are live from City Hall in Colorado Springs. I want you all to remember that you need to tune in no later than noon to my channel. I will not be at Janet's Kitchen tomorrow. My location has not been disclosed, but it's going to be lit, and it's going to be fun. So we'll talk to y'all later. And I like that what he just said. When you say that, you sound like a white supremacist. I heard that.
White supremacists that are saying all lives matter when they really don't care about all lives. No, it's not. They care about just one life. Black lives matter are the ones we're talking about that all lives matter because of the way we're killing everybody.
I couldn't
Black people, white
end
people,
with that going.
just Asians. You're just killing people. Right.
Thank you, Alpha Man.
If you feel like all we do
Noon
is
Mountain Standard Time.
instead of saying all lives
It's
matter,
gonna be lit, and I'm now announcing it. And you all who are prepared to rebroadcast and Twitch and Twat and all that, or TikTok, whatever it is, just be prepared. It might be a little earlier. I might be there at 11:30. It might be there at 11.
if you look at like
It might be near 10. It might be in the middle of Janet's Kitchen. I don't know for sure. I just know that I'm gonna be there.
right, who are the people like you and I, the poor people, right? And
Keep an eye out for me tomorrow.
You got the money and the riches to sit up there in $750 million homes or whatever else. Right.
But that's class division, That's what you're talking about, class division.
Essentially what it
Okay, so how did class division happen so extensively? Look at the Oklahoma bombings, right? You had Black Wall Street. You had people of color who were becoming the tycoons of industry, and it was such a big negative deal to the people who were not of color that they took it all out and took it all away, right? There's highways running through that space where generational wealth was robbed.
The country began, and
Bingo.
That's why we're out.
Hello.
Are we not more mentally aware and capable?
At what point in time do I have to tell you that white man entered my bloodstream?
No fucking shit.
Right?
It's the people in power, and it's a fucking class division, dude. It's class warfare. It's class
Well,
warfare.
I'm sorry you're stuck on that. I think that it's not.
I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is I believe the words matter a lot.
Okay.
What you're trying to say.
If it's class warfare, what you have to acknowledge, though, is that class warfare has existed for so long that it's a normal part of the day in life, and it's because Jim Crow laws were enacted that allowed it to become.
Jim Crow.
So Jim Crow was saying that Black lives don't matter, and what we have to do is go back in time to the point where they stopped saying that Black lives were part of the story that mattered, and that's when we have to insert it.
But to actually
Until you again.
All lives.
Yo, you know what I heard today? It was a joke. You know what? It wasn't a joke. It was just realization. The person said the police end up slapping somebody in such and such a place. Then I said, for real? And then the individual said to me, you know what? When I heard this, I wasn't even surprised. I broke my neck, put my head down, picked back on my shoulder, and thought about it and asked him. I said to him, yo, that is exactly what the government wants you to feel. demonetize. You know what I mean? Normalize. And
Normalize.
Like, it's normal. Oh yeah, this person just got killed by the police. Whatever. So they can inflict a new type of law. It is like, yo, that's not
Right.
what you need to be thinking.
And that's
it's
why-
like someone got slapped
They
by the
took
police.
the kids in Nazi Germany. They
This
took
is
the
what
kids
I'm saying,
and
though.
programmed them, and it was normalized.
Yes.
Right? Where it is normalized that black people are statistically more abused
That's
than
the way
any other skin
works.
tone.
That's the
Right.
way
Every
that
black
repression-
person got a rap. Every
So
black person got a
until
self-rap.
it doesn't work
Don't
that
don't
way,
work out.
this is the message that has to be that black lives have a place, and until
They have
they're
a
not
value.
How do
catastrophically,
you start a world
statistically,
with that idealism instead of saying, let's start a world with all lives are equal?
here's
and
how you
matter
do it:
just the
you
fucking
shut
same?
the fuck up and you
Right?
listen to black people who are trying to
yeah,
explain
man.
it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Dude,
No,
but it's
you
not-
don't,
it's
because you
not.
haven't
There was a
stopped
question
and
behind that.
tried to get off of your
But there are a
point
lot
at
of
all.
statistics that prove that the system is built against them.
Well, then
He's
if
3
you
times
you're,
more likely
you showed up.
to get killed
If
by
you
cops
can't
than I
get
am.
it, then you
I
can
came,
go.
Just came to talk to you.
But you gotta try to figure that
I
out.
understand what you're saying. I'm
But
just
you're not
telling you
processing
that,
it.
like, all of it, and like to start a new world. Don't you believe that to start? Say just humor me. To start a new world, like all of it goes away. All of it matters, right?
No,
Yeah.
because here's the deal. I don't have time for that until it can start to penetrate that there's a difference and the scales are tipped unequally.
Because
So
here's
let
the
me
Right?
say what you're saying. We need a stepping stool to get there.
You need a stool to get there.
Yeah.
Because it's not a stepping stool.
And it's-
It's a fucking 12-foot ladder.
Don't even get me started,
And-
man.
and the thing is,
Right?
it's just not the
Because-
police. It's all
Because let
kinds
me
of-
ask you why in 2020 black men are getting lynched still.
Yeah, thank you. And nobody's talking about it, and they're being ruled suicide.
Oh.
I just-
You gotta come to my channel, Cut
I'm
the
gonna go to
Plastic.
your- yeah, I'm
We
gonna go
talk
to your
about this
channel.
shit every
'Cause
fucking
I talk about
night.
it on my Twitter.
Oh my
Or
god, I love you.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on there all the time. And the thing of it is that he's not understanding is that he's 3 times more likely to be killed by police than I am.
Exactly.
Black women are 4 times more likely to die in childbirth than I am.
Do you know who do you know who Elijah McClain is?
I do.
Do you know who James Holmes is?
James Holmes is the guy that shot up the theater in Aurora. Aurora PD took him alive, but they killed Elijah McClain with ketamine by causing his heart to stop. And what was the difference? James Holmes was more of a threat in that moment than Elijah McClain ever
James
was.
Holmes was fucking armed, and the amount of bullets that he hadn't shot off is fucking ridiculous.
And they took him alive. But
And they got him
Elijah
alive.
McClain was walking down the street and looked suspicious.
Because of the color of his skin.
If we start a new world,
Black lives have to matter here.
Hey, look, if you get pulled over by the police, your heart don't stop.
I like you. You're on your point.
I am on my point, and I have a whole segment called Aurora PD back on their bullshit.
Why?
Oh,
Like
God.
the doctor
Why
that they
is that?
just got when they were on his
Why
private
is that?
property.
That's
with a
right.
gun on him. I did a whole
Hey, listen,
thing on that.
listen.
That's exactly what we're saying.
We got.
I asked him.
That's the shit
I said, when you get pulled over,
But-
your heart don't thump like mine do.
But
He
it
says,
fucking
right.
thumps.
I said, why is that? Because I'm not black. I said, exactly.
It's
That's
true.
why.
but I got
That's the
tattoos.
point.
I'm ugly.
Doesn't matter.
If your
I
heart
get guns
thumps,
pulled
your
on
heart
me,
should
dude.
thump. My heart should thump like your heart thump. I'm saying, neither
all
one of
got
our
heart.
hearts should be thumping anyway when the police pull her over.
True.
Straight up. That's just the
I
problem.
don't want to be scared.
You should not.
When I get
Yeah.
scared, yo, I'm scared.
Yeah, that's
I fucking,
That's the
I
problem.
know, like, when I get pulled over, I'm gonna get tased and hauled to jail. Almost every fucking time I get fucking talked to a police officer, I
Woman
get
get
tased
pulled
and go
over,
to
right?
jail.
Wait. So here's the deal.
Speed it.
You're gonna get tased and taken to jail, and you
I'm out
expect
about
that treatment because that's the way you react, right?
I don't know.
This
now
man-
that's what
Because of the way
happened
I-
because
This-
I know who
this
I
is-
am.
It's almost
No.
a different thing.
Because the way you act is why the taser comes out. This guy
Nope.
could be acting normal
It's
and
because
doing
of the way I
nothing
look.
in a
Elijah
suit
I look
in
and
an
the way I
expensive
dress.
car, and they pull a gun out because he's in a suit.
Elijah
and
let me
a
show you.
McClain
car.
apologized
I had a
to
Monte
the
Carlo.
police.
I just bought this fresh Monte Carlo in Colorado Springs. I stopped at the red light and turned. I got pulled over by the police here. You know what they said to me? I said, why'd you pull me over? They said, we was profiling. I said, you was
course
profiling.
they
You was
were.
being prejudiced against me. Isn't that, you can't do that. He says, no, we can do that. So you say you need to tell me because I'm black and I'm riding around in the Monte Carlo, which and my windows are tinted.
Drug dealer.
That gives you the opportunity to pull me over because you think I'm gangbanging or selling drugs or whatever crime you may think I'm
Yeah.
doing.
And
Sir,
it
I'm
gives
a
them
combat
motive.
vet. I've been to war and all that. I'm
Uh-huh.
decorated and retired. I get paid probably more than what you do. But you gonna put this on me because you see me ride around in the Monte Carlo and like my windows are tinted and I got dumped in my car? That's what you pulled me over for? What was the real reason you pulled me over?
Cause you was black.
I was black. That's why.
Truth.
That's why. But let you do that. You can throw rims on that. Bam, ride around dumping. Right with the police with the music blasting. What a nigga gotta, like me do, I gotta what? Turn it down. Because if I don't turn it down, they're gonna pull me over and give me a ticket for sound. For sound. But if you right, and you got music and you riding through, they're gonna look at you, give you the head nod and keep it pushing.
Not me, dude. They'll fucking.
But if you look a certain part,
I look a part of profiling.
You got tattoos on your face. And hey, look, that was all life. You probably got a wife and kids, Christian, got a good looking job and all that. You know what I'm saying? Upstanding citizen, but because you look a certain kind of way, they're gonna pull you over now. Boom. Hey, what were you doing?
I'm
just coming from church.
I'm not fucking cracker fucking
can I go to church
man suit
and live a life normally? Yeah, I got some tattoos. I live a life before, but I'm redeemed. People can change. They feel like people can't.
I know.
No matter what you.
I like your message. I really like you.
This
is good shit, folks.
Very much true.
This is good shit.
Like,
I hope you learned a little something tonight, sir.
I'm an ugly white back boy. Like the cops fucking. The cops like if
I had the cops actually tell me this to my face that they can legally profile you.
Yes, they can.
Listen, that man behind you, the white boy, he yelled "fuck the police,"
And they got him.
and they arrested his ass for that shit.
He was standing over there and said, "Fuck the police," and they fucking arrested him, dude. That's the First Amendment. That's a First Amendment violation.
Yeah, straight up.
Straight up. I've been arrested in Denver for saying the same thing.
Night one down here protesting.
Like I said, it's just
I was in Denver that day.
love and life.
Came down late at night.
Mad respect.
Thank
you for being out here.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to try to. I was just trying to say, please don't put up walls. That's all. I believe in the cause, and I understand all of what you're saying. Just like when you put up walls, you're adding to the problem.
Felt like you had a wall when you came out.
No, it wasn't a wall. It was like I feel like when you put up a wall, you're adding to the division, and we don't need to do that. So, love and life. Hey, brother. Very good to talk to you.
And if they use force on you, they're violating your Fourth Amendment rights. As soon as those words came out of my mouth, CSPD shot a tear gas canister next to my fucking car. Because I was informing the protesters of their rights.
Right. I had a cop that come to me, believe it or not. I was sitting, listening to, the conversation. And he said, "Do you know your rights?"
Yes.
The person didn't respond. He continued to go on with his job. I'm like, aren't you supposed to read him his Miranda rights? But if you don't know your Miranda rights, they will abuse this.
Yes, but they don't actually have to. But if he asks, then yes, you're supposed to, and you say no. But if you're silent, that's not an admission of lack of knowledge. And it's a fucking gray area.
Right, and they use that gray area to make it all white.
Yeah, all white.
Right? To make it all white. You got it. All right, like white, all white. So therefore, when they write it down on the piece of paper, suspect said this, and they can write it up and then send it in, and then they get free on it. But it's because of the lack of knowledge is why the people are perishing.
Because people don't know their rights.
Because you don't know your rights. You don't know your laws.
They don't know their rights. They don't know their constitutional rights. They don't know anything.
And they take advantage of that. Police. Oh,
Yeah,
you don't know your
they
rights?
And the police 90% of the time don't know your rights.
Right, because they spend more time in the gun range than the law library. And, certain communities
Why do lawyers go to school for so long, but the people enforcing those laws don't go to school?
Let me tell you, I got arrested. I'm saying because I had to bring a gun here. I got arrested. I told the police, and I'm free off the charges. They dropped the charges, obviously, because I know the law. I had to tell the police the law.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the back of the police car with my hand cuffed for like an hour and a half as they called the ATF trying to confirm what I'm telling them. They pulled up on the internet, went to the Laws book, the Laws Black book. They was doing all of this information. I'm like, yo, shouldn't you already know this? I mean, this is a charge that you deal with daily.
How the fuck do you run around the city with a gun on your hip if you don't know whether other people are allowed to do the same?
Right. And you got to do this. I'm sitting there for an hour and a half while you talk to the ATF because you don't know the law. And then when I go to court, they have to drop my charges because you don't know the law. Now, if I didn't know the law, guess what? I would have been stuck with it.
That's right.
Because I would have been stuck with it.
Right.
Because they look at it, and what happened was I brought the gun here, and it wasn't registered. No, I didn't turn it in like that. I didn't let them know about it and nothing like that. So when the issue went on, me talking with somebody, I was having a great conversation with him. But it was a white guy, Mexican guy. But the other person I was listening was a white guy. Didn't like me, racial problem. Went and called and said that I was pointing the gun at the friend that I'm talking to. The cops came and talked to the friend that I'm talking to. We both told them I didn't point no gun at him. We was all having a conversation normally. It's just weird that y'all pulled up with this. And then that's how they run up with the gun issue. Then I get in trouble. They end up dropping all the charges, saying to me, you know what, my bad. It was an issue. I'm a combat vet. I know my laws. I'm about to have y'all niggas fired. Because I had a person here to tell you, the one that was supposed to be like the one involved that I did this to, said that I didn't. But you still charge me with this charge? I'm taking it to trial. I took it to trial. Tried to take it to trial. They won that.
Dropped your charges.
I had to.
That's okay. You got a civil rights violation. Did you get the body camera footage yet?
Right. Say again?
Did you get the body camera footage?
Nah.
In your discovery, before the charges were dropped, so you can refuse to drop the charges at this time to confer with a lawyer, file a demand for discovery, and then drop charges. You can still also pay for the body camera footage.
Right.
And so there's a variety of ways you can do it.
Right. And
It opens you for civil.
It opens up the evidence. It is, but if you have their body cameras showing their behavior and all the conversation and the education and all that, then your civil case is stronger, and you have the evidence that you were injured and that your free speech or whatever was silenced. Because if they silence your constitutional right, and that's chilling your constitutional rights, then that's a financial penalty.
Right.
Or you can make a demand like, I want water fountains in town. As well, right? I mean, where's
a memorial? Like the police and the freaking fire department got memorials. What about the people who died by the police? They need to have a memorial. Straight up. I literally went downtown. I mean, at the park.
I want to put a memorial for Devon Bailey
right
here.
Bam. You know,
right there.
Devon Bailey.
Put a memorial up where they're at.
Devon Bailey, they the police got called on a false charge. Somebody said that he jumped them and tried to rob them, and that ended up not being true. The police stopped him when
Devon Bailey's my family, believe it or not.
When he took off running, they did find a gun in his basketball shorts, but he was not reaching for the gun. If you watch the body cam footage, he was trying to hold his shorts up while he ran. The cop not only shot and killed Devon Bailey, but he shot towards a park that had fucking kids in it. And he got walked away scot-free because they said he was justified.
Okay, so talking about shooting somebody with kids present, Paul Castaway, say his name memorial in Denver tomorrow night at 6. The march from the park at 12th and Mariposa to the Capitol starts about 8 o'clock. There's supposed to be food and hanging out beforehand. Again, he had a knife to his neck, autistic young man living in the trailer park, and there were 8 to 12 kids hanging around him when the cops shot him, fucking point blank. Right?
I'm a combat vet, man. Yep. Bullets fly, and when they fly, they hit a person, and most times, they go through the person, and they end up keep going. So, that's bad. You got kids around, and you're shooting a freaking mile-an-hour, whatever bullet going.
Yes.
It's gonna kill somebody else.
That's it.
Right?
So
I was overseas at war, fam. We had an ROE where we couldn't hit the flare gun. So we had to call up the higher up.
I'm sorry. Somebody just said in my chat, blue lies splatter.
I like that, bro.
We got all kinds of shit. I'm with the Denver crew. This guy named Eric Brandt, Happy Fuck the Cops Day guy. We lit up in Denver.
Yeah.
13 days.
Y'all trying to fight.
It was crazy. Do you understand? Tonight's night 45. They doing encampment at the governor's mansion. They've been marching most every fucking night. There's an active nightly protest. The Ethiopians came out the other night. Last night, 2 nights ago. What day is today? Saturday, Friday night. The Ethiopians were out. The Amorta or Morsa, something like that. There's genocide going on in Ethiopia. They shut off the internet. They shut off the press. They arrested all the press. They got them in jail. This is shit that's going on right now. Right now. The Ethiopians took to the fucking streets. They shut Lincoln Avenue, like Lincoln and Broadway, the main vein into downtown. They shut Lincoln down for an hour.
Scare me.
They sat in traffic outside Channel 7 News and demanded the news station come out and fucking cover the story.
That's what we need to do here.
And they did.
Just not on the highway.
No, they shut traffic down in the middle of the road. I'm telling you, there were 200 of them. There were 200 of them. But the Denver night crew, they'll go shut down traffic with 20 people. 20 people to take the intersection. 8 minutes, 46 seconds.
Yeah, we've done that.
Release.
Life matters.
Do it
man.
again, right? And they're handing out flyers to people in the cars, sending them to websites, giving them statistics, telling them what's going on.
That's where you guys got this idea.
I already seen it. Yeah, that's where they got it from. Because I already, when I talked to them, they have already mentioned it before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I seen them at the park, I already.
So that's how it's rolling here in Colorado Springs, folks. I'm gonna cut this feed. Check out Pikes Peak Auditor. You know him. He rolled some good video in this town and others, and he's gonna be doing some special stuff starting Monday morning. So make sure you tune in. We got Janet Madsen in court Monday morning, and pre-court we got some activity going on here in the Springs. We'll talk to y'all later. Don't forget to tune in by noon Mountain Standard Time tomorrow morning. We'll talk to you.